Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1972 playoffs in Momentum Football. We're just about set for the first matchup for the AFC as we're moving over to the American Football Conference tonight. So let's take a look at our most updated playoff brackets. After last night's action, the Minnesota Vikings defeated the San Francisco 49ers in a nail-biter by a final score of 34-30. As such, they will play the Washington Redskins in the divisional playoff round. Nothing else has changed, but our attention tonight turns to the other 3-6 matchup in the AFC, as we are live at RingCentral Coliseum in Oakland, California, for an AFC West rubber match between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me just check the ticker, because I'm sure I can figure out. I believe this ended up being a season split between the Raiders and the Chiefs. Let's see. Checking. Let's see, week 7. Kansas City, San Diego. Looks like Oakland won in week 8 on the board. And I believe it was later in the season for the second game between the Raiders and the Chiefs. Was it a week 4? No, it wasn't a week 14 matchup. So we had so I'm just going to make some notes here. Let's see, Oakland, Green Bay, Kansas City, Denver. These two should have played twice as they were both in the AFC West. Now I'm trying to find the first game between them. Kansas City, Philadelphia. Apparently week 8 was the first game, so the second game should have been after that. Oakland, Denver. Here we are. And Kansas City won in week 11. The interesting thing, too, about that is the road team, I believe, won both of those games, right? Yes, the road team won both of those games, and Kansas City was on the road in week 11. So this is a high-stakes rubber matchup in the AFC West. We're at 1-1, so now let's get started with the rubber match. And let's get started with the same place that every one of these games starts, and that's with the coin toss. Raiders, Chiefs, decision. Odds the winning team will defer, the evens the winning team will receive the first half kickoff. That's a tie on 2 5s. Tie on 2 6s. Come on, guys. I know we both want the coin toss, but only one team can have it. There we go. Raiders win the coin toss, and they will defer. Which means Kansas City will get the ball to start the first quarter. Neither team can return a kickoff or a punt for a touchdown, so we'll be able to skip that procedure for the entire game tonight. So, we've already ticked off time for the opening kickoff, and the Chiefs have the ball. And let's take it away, Kansas City. Here is the first drive. We'll be ticking 8 time off the clock for the Chiefs. An 8 is coming off of Kansas City's offense with a 43. And that's going to be a key pass. The Chiefs have a chance. Chiefs have a chance to extend this drive. Len Dawson coming out to try to get it done here. .62 will be going to... Actually, I don't know why I rolled for both of those. 62 on a key pass. And the Chiefs are going to have to punt that one away. And, of course, that's momentum changing to the Raiders. And the Raiders do have a chance to block the punt. They need an 11 on red and white, then a 42 and under on blue and yellow. which the Chiefs are able to cover everybody easily, so the punt was not going to get blocked. And we are underway with that first drive, ending in a punt. Raiders with their first drive. They will tick 10 time off the clock. Very punishing drive for the Raiders. 9 is coming off of Oakland's offense. And a 56. That's going to be a touchdown run. And the Raiders, with a sea of silver and black around, are going to get things going early, as the stadium is already going nuts. Oakland will be up 6-0 pending the extra point. Touchdown will be scored by Charlie Smith. He'll take that in from 3 yards out. And George Blanda will automatically add the extra point. And the Raiders will open up a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. Stadium cheers. Yay! Chiefs tick off their kickoff for the drive. Oakland and Kansas City. If you were around for my 1991 replay and payoff pitch, when I did the playoffs on the channel, this was the ALCS. It was the Kansas City Royals against the Oakland Athletics. But that, again, 91 season, very different time. That series went 6 games, and Oakland won that one. So Kansas City may be out to get revenge on Oakland for that one. Let's see what happens here with the drive, though. For Kansas City, they will take 9 time off the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Down to 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. 8 coming off of Kansas City's offense. And a 66 all day long will be a touchdown pass. And we seem to be picking up right where we left off in terms of neither defense knowing how to play football tonight. .35 will be caught by Wendell Hayes from 6 yards out. Yes. And Jan Stenerud let me finish making a note here. Stenerud will automatically add the extra point. And just like that, we've got ourselves a tie game here in Oakland. And it seems like it's going to be a shootout, another shootout tonight. Let's see what Oakland can do with their second drive of the first quarter. Kickoff time for the kickoff. The Raiders will take 8 time off the clock on that drive. Down to 2:20 remaining to go in the first quarter. 11 coming off of Oakland's offense, but a 32. The Raiders are going to have to punt that one away. 11 on red and white gets the punt blocked by the Raiders. Which that's a 21, so the Chiefs brought a little bit of pressure, but the Raiders able to cover everybody, and the punt gets off clean. Kansas City now with their third drive of the first quarter. This might take us into the second quarter if it's a long one. Which it will take us into the second quarter, as we'll tick off 7 time. Actually, no, it won't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It just barely won't tick off enough time. 7 will come off the team with momentum. Right now, that's Oakland's defense, and a 16. And that's going to be an interception, and Dawson's going to throw that to a black jersey when he should be throwing it to a white one. Raiders can return an interception for a touchdown on an 11-12 on red and white, but the 12 takes a 32 and under on blue and yellow. That's a 43, so definitely no interception return. George Atkinson, though, will make that pick. Stadium cheers. Yay! This drive will take us, Oakland's next drive will take us into the second quarter, though. Let's see what the Raiders can do with this drive. We'll tick off 8 time off the clock. And after 1, we are all knotted up at 7. An 8 coming off of Oakland's offense. 33. The Raiders will have to punt that one away again. Defenses appear to be waking up a little bit more. Let's see what the Chiefs can do with the punt if they can block it. No block this time. Raiders with much cleaner coverage than a potentially suspect drive on that last punt. Kansas City now gets their second drive actually their first drive of the second quarter. As we'll be ticking 4 time off the clock for the Chiefs on this drive. 2, 3, 4. 5 is coming off of Oakland's defense. A 21. And that's going to be Dawson's second interception on the day. Or on the night, I should say. Stadium cheers. Yay! Let's see if they do more than that on the interception return. No. Stepping in front of that one, though, will be Otis Sistrunk. To preserve a 7-7 tie. As the Raiders get their second drive of the second quarter. They'll be ticking another 7 time off the clock. 6 is coming off of Kansas City's defense. 61. And that's going to be another touchdown run, and the Raiders are going to take the lead right back. Score is now 13-7, pending the extra point. Let's see who ran that one in for the Raiders. 15. Marv Hubbard's going to run that in from 2 yards out. And Blanda will come out to add the extra point. As the Raiders will now open up a 14-7 lead. We'll tick off time for the kickoff. And the fans here at RingCentral Coliseum have been very loud all night so far. Chiefs now with their second drive of this second quarter. Let's see if they can respond. That will be another 6 time coming off the clock in the second quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is coming off of Oakland's defense with a 15. That'll be Dawson's third interception on the night. If the Chiefs are going to advance to play Pittsburgh, they need to stop throwing the ball to black jerseys. That's a 35. No interception return for a touchdown, but a 61 will be Nehemiah Wilson picking that one off. And he will preserve a 14-7 lead for the Raiders. Raiders get their third drive of the second quarter. Raiders with a chance to try to open up the score, but that won't help them. 7 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is coming off the team with momentum. That's Oakland. 24. The Raiders are going to have to punt that one away, as the drive stalls following another interception. The only reason this game should be a blowout right now with all the interceptions the Chiefs are throwing, but the fact that the Raiders can't take advantage may come back to bite them. And that will be a clean punt by the Raiders. Kansas City now looking at their third drive of the second quarter. They should be thankful right now that they're not further behind right now with all these turnovers that they've given up. They'll be ticking another 8 time off the clock down to 1:20 remaining in the quarter. 8 coming off of Kansas City's offense, 62. And that's going to be a touchdown pass, and we're most likely going to have a tie game. Stadium groans. Ugh. Score is now 14-13, pending the extra point. .44 is going to be Willie Frazier making that catch from 6 yards out. And Stenerud will add the extra point. And this game is tied at 14 as we're getting near to halftime. Raiders are going to try a Hail Mary to go into halftime with the lead. Which means, per my house rule, I already exhausted the time for the kickoff. We are inside 5 time or less. So the Raiders are going to try a Hail Mary here. Psychologically, they kind of want to go into this one with the lead, I think. Plus, it's a free play for Oakland because they get the ball. They'll get the ball to start the first half anyway. So let's see what the Raiders can do here. Just making a note in my score sheet. That will be thrown on a 24 on a key reception. That'll go to Fred Biletnikoff. And a 24. Actually, that's a 23. That's going to be a first down, but the Hail Mary is going to be considered stopped short. Fred Biletnikoff. And going into halftime, score is tied at 14. And as usual, I will take a small break. Don't forget, once again, no ultra quick football tonight, as the math is now as simple as it gets. Win or go home. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be looking to go live about 8:30 to 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. We'll be at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan for the other wildcard matchup in the NFC, as the Detroit Lions will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys. The winner of that game will play the Green Bay Packers in the divisional playoff round in the NFC. So Cowboys, Lions. Tomorrow morning at between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, I'm going to be looking to go live. So be there for that if you can. Start of the third quarter, since the Raiders deferred after winning the coin toss, they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Let's see what the Raiders can do with their first drive of the third quarter. They will tick 9 time off the clock right away. 9 is coming off of Oakland's offense, and a 63. That'll be a touchdown pass, and the Raiders will take the lead right back. Stadium cheers. Yay! Score is now 20-14, pending the extra point. Again, with all the interceptions the Chiefs have thrown in this one, this game should be probably a lot further apart than it is. That will be a 32. Will be Raymond Chester making that catch from 5 yards out. And Blanda will come out again to add the extra point. And the Raiders now have a 21-14 lead, as the fans here at RingCentral Coliseum are absolutely electric. They're watching a great game tonight. Chiefs now get the ball for their first drive of the third quarter. Suddenly down 7, looking to respond to the Raiders. That will be another 8 time coming off the clock for the Chiefs. As we're down to 8:40 to play in the third quarter. 10 is coming off of Kansas City's offense, but a 23 is going to be a quarterback sack, and the Raiders are going to get a huge stop on defense. And that will be an 8-yard loss. And the Chiefs can't have a punt blocked. 11 on red and yellow, or red and white, but a 42 and under on blue and yellow. Which that is not, so the punt will get off clean. Oakland coming up with a huge defensive stop. Let's see if they can take advantage of it with 8:40 to play here in the third quarter. They'd love to get some breathing room on Kansas City. 9 time coming off the clock. That will most definitely help. 7 is coming off the team with momentum. Right now, Oakland has all the momentum. So it'll be coming off of their offense. And a 66. And that's going to be a touchdown pass all day long. And the Raiders will get their sought-after breathing room. Score is now 27-14, pending the extra point. But we have to see who makes the touchdown reception first. 14 will be Fred Biletnikoff. Again, he'll take that in from 4 yards out. Blanda will come out again. He will add the extra point. And the Raiders will now open up a 28-14 lead, as it is absolutely electric here at RingCentral Coliseum in Oakland. Chiefs now starting to get behind the 8 ball a little bit. 5:20 to play in the third quarter. They need to get some points going on here. Raiders are looking to break the series split of the road team winning every game. Let's see what the Chiefs can do with this next shut it, Siri. Chiefs looking to get back into this game. Raiders trying to hold control. Let's see what the Chiefs do here. We will be ticking 7 time off the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 3 minutes to play. 7 coming off of Oakland's defense. 55 is going to be a field goal attempt. Stenerud coming out to try to cut into the Raiders' lead. This is the first time we've seen either kicker on a field goal. Stenerud needs an 11-43 on red and white. That's a 15. Kick is up, and it is good. 5, 11, and 17 is 28. Not momentum changing because it does not let the Chiefs take the lead, but it does let them cut into the Oakland lead. And now the Chiefs only trail by a score of 28-17. I was not paying attention to the box score. 7-7. We're tied at the half. And we're still in the middle of the quarter. Okay. Just making sure I've got my records all sorted out here. Taking off time for the kickoff. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Raiders up by 11. Daryl LaMonica leading the Raiders. And the drive taking 8 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Chiefs' next drive should get us into the fourth quarter. 9 is coming off of Oakland's offense, but a 23 is going to be a quarterback sack, and the Chiefs badly needed that one. That will be an 11-yard loss, and LaMonica does a terrible job with the ball. That will pull momentum over toward Kansas City. Let's see if Oakland can get this punt off clean, or if it's going to get blocked. Holy cow! The Chiefs managed to get everybody in there, and that punt is going to get blocked. And the Chiefs can't return a fumble for a touchdown, but we'll see who blocked the punt. 42, Jim Marsalis managed to rush in there and block the punt. Stadium barfs. Blech. So Kansas City will, their next drive will take us into the fourth quarter of this game. The Kansas City Chiefs, though, are running out of time. Down by 11. Let's see what the Chiefs do with this first drive, or what's going to be the last drive of the third quarter into the first drive of the fourth. Nothing good. 7 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after 3, Oakland holding an 11-point lead, 28-17. I counted off. Okay, so we counted off 7 time. 7 is coming off of the home team right now, and that's Oakland. 15 on their defense is going to be Dawson's 4th interception of the night. That's the main reason this game has been as close as it is because Oakland cannot take advantage of these Kansas City turnovers. And they won't there either. 41 is going to be Jack Tatum making... Is that his first interception or his second? 1, 2, 3. That's his first interception tonight. Right? Yes, Jack Tatum. Stadium cheers. Yay! Oakland gets their first drive of the fourth quarter. They're trying to hold on and go to Pittsburgh, which would be a rematch, which would be a city rematch of the 1991 World Series in my aforementioned payoff pitch replay. Let's see what the Raiders can do with their first drive of the fourth quarter. They will tick another 7 time off the clock. Down to 10:20 to play in the fourth quarter. 3 is coming off Kansas City's defense, but a 61. That's going to be a touchdown run, and the Raiders are going to get some more breathing room. And RingCentral Coliseum, absolutely electric tonight. Score is now 34-17, pending the extra point. 53, though, on the touchdown run will be Clarence Davis taking that in from 1 yard out. He'll rumble that into the end zone. And Blanda will come out to add the extra point. And the Raiders now opening up a 35-17 lead. This one's turning into more of a blowout than the San Francisco-Minnesota game last night was. Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs are running out of time. They've got 10:20 to play in the fourth quarter. They need to get 3 scores, and at least 2 of them need to be touchdowns. Actually, probably all 3 of them need to be touchdowns. Chiefs right now trail by 18. And that most definitely will not help. 8 time coming off the clock for the Chiefs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 coming off of Kansas City's offense, but a 24 is going to be another quarterback sack. And the Raiders seem to be starting to rise to the occasion more than a little bit. That'll be a 6-yard loss. Let's see if the punt gets blocked from Kansas City. Kansas City blocked the punt earlier. Can Oakland return the favor? No. Kansas City needs to get the ball back and quickly. 7:40 to play in the fourth quarter. That will be 6 time coming off the clock. 5 is coming off of Kansas City's defense with a 15. And that's going to be an interception, and the Chiefs are finally going to get an interception back. Let's see if the Chiefs can return it for a touchdown. They're really good at this. 11-22 on a red and white, but 36 and under on blue and yellow needs to accompany a 22. Which that's a 55. That will not be returned for a touchdown in a million years. 26 will be Jim Kearney making that pick. But it will be enough to pull momentum in Kansas City's direction. But the Chiefs, as I mentioned, are running out of time. They've only got 5:40 left to play in the fourth. And that won't help. 4 time coming off the clock for the Chiefs. 4 is coming off of Oakland's defense with a 21. And Dawson is going to throw his 5th interception on the night. We'll see if the Raiders can return this one for a touchdown. And that, either way, the interception will probably be the dagger. 34 is definitely not going to be returned for a touchdown, but a 12 will be picked off by Atkinson again. And the Oakland Raiders are 4 minutes and 20 seconds away from going to Pittsburgh and facing the steel curtain of the Steelers. Let's see what the Raiders can do with this drive. 7 time coming off the clock for the Raiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 is coming off of Oakland's offense with a 31. The Raiders are going to have to punt that one away. The Raiders had a punt blocked earlier. Let's see what happens on this one. They won't get another punt blocked. But the Chiefs are probably just too far behind. Too many interceptions in this one are probably sending Oakland to Pittsburgh. Let's see what happens here. That is 8 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bang! That is the end of the game. And the Oakland Raiders are going to hold on. Actually, that would be no points for Kansas City from the third quarter on. Okay. So the Oakland Raiders are going to take this one by a final score of 35-17, and for the first time in the season series, the home team wins the game. But a bad time for the Raiders to... Actually, I lied. The Raiders would not be going into the steel curtain. Instead, the Raiders are actually going to Miami to play the Dolphins. So we don't have a return match of the 1991 World Series yet. We might still in the AFC Championship, but the Raiders are going to have a huge ask in front of them for that, as they've got to face down the Miami Dolphins, who are 13-1 on the season, and were only the number 2 seed in the AFC because of the board tiebreaker with Pittsburgh. But that will do it for this playthrough of Momentum Football. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, looking to go live between 8:30 and 9 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time, we'll be at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, for the 4-5 matchup in the NFC playoffs, as the Detroit Lions will be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, not the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys. We'll get that straight. But after that on the channel, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the official Catan cookbook with the entree, Harbor Masters Fish and Chips. Sunday, we're going to be debuting a new space RPG on the channel as we play 5 Parsecs from Home. And Wednesday, we'll be continuing the debuts with a new debut from Historic Wings as we play SOE Strategic Operations Executive Lysander. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.